What's up, everybody? This is Robert Trolling in Paradise, and it is year end list season once again. Today, we are going to start the year end list season with my top 20 albums of 2024. Before we begin, I have a few honorable mentions, and there's one album in the pile that I can't show because I can't show the Skillet album yet. And there's one album that I've been unable to find on CD. I've been able to get still, even though I enjoyed it. And there's actually one album that I can't find a physical copy for either. I'm not going to be able to show. There's going to be a few that I'm not going to be able to show. Honorable mentions. First honorable mention is Glyph, Honor, Power, Glory. That dropped on March 29th. Unfortunately, there is not a physical copy for that album anywhere. I've not been able to get a copy of it on CD. I did see them live this past April. They were amazing. Opening for Alestorm, which we'll get to Alestorm during the main portion here. But yeah, Honor, Power, Glory, amazing debut. The title track, and as well as A Storm of Crimson Fire was fucking amazing. And Volarod, the last song in the album, which they ended their set with, was amazing. Cancer Christ, God's Violence is the second honorable mention. That came out January 5th. That was the first review of the year for me. Unfortunately, there is not a physical copy anywhere. If there was, I would have to order it off Bandcamp. But unfortunately, there's a postal strike going on, so can't order anything, which sucks. Third honorable mention is Fulci with Duckface Killings, which was released on August 9th. Really good album. You got really good crazy shit based on a movie from Lucio Fulci, who was this really well-known Italian film director. And the script's from Italy. You got Fucked with a Broken Bottle, which is just savage. And you got A Blade in the Dark, Val Butchery. Based on, it says here, New York Ripper, right on the bottom. 1982, which was directed by Lucio Fulci himself. Honorable mention number 4, Nile, The Underworld Awaits Us All. That came out August 23rd. If anybody knows about me, and I know there are some channels that also know about this, I love history-themed metal music. And this band is no exception. All about Egyptian mythology. Got Chapter for not being hung upside down on a stake in the underworld and made to eat feces by the 4 apes. God, that's a really crazy title. Strike with Secret Fang. But yeah, this record rules. And it's a really crazy album here. That lead-off single is just disturbing. You got Brian Kingsland on vocals alongside Carl Sanders, and yeah, Nile is amazing. Fifth honorable mention is a hip-hop album, Cupcake, Dauntless Manifesto. Unfortunately, there's not a physical copy anywhere, but yeah, that hip-hop record is amazing. Best hip-hop album of 2024. I thought it was really good. However, there's not a physical media release of it anywhere, so I'm not able to show it. Next, this one almost made my list. Job for a Cowboy, Moon Healer is another honorable mention I have. That came out February 23rd. I actually really enjoyed it. It was on my best albums of the year so far list. However, it didn't make my end of the year list. And the final honorable mention, Windrose, Troll Slayer. Dropped on October 4th. This record is amazing. Of Ice and Blood, really good instrumental opening. Dance of the Axes. Great Feast Underground. Rock and Stone. I love that song. To Be a Dwarf is really good. And No More Sorrow. The last song. Love that one. The vocals are really good. On to the actual list now. And we're going to start with number 20, Ariana Grande, Eternal Sunshine. Released on March 8th. 7th record from this pop singer. Really good album. You got Yes and, which was the lead-off single, came out in January. We Can't Be Friends, which came out around the same time this record came out. The Boy Is Mine, which that's the third single, released in June. Love that track. Next, Black Dahlia Murder Servitude is my number 19. First album without Trevor Strnad on vocals, who took his own life in 2022. Really good album. You have Brian Eschbach handling vocals now. Aftermath is really good track. That was a great comeback song. And Mammoth's Hand was also really good. Great comeback from this Michigan Mohawk death metal act. Number 18, Belushi Speedball Stelkira, released May 10th. Unfortunately, I can't find a physical copy anywhere, so I'm not able to show it, unfortunately. But yeah, that was a really good album, SpongeBob themed stuff. So yeah. Number 17 is Billie Eilish with Hit Me Hard and Soft, released on May 17th. Really good pop album here, one of the best albums of the year. Got Chihiro, which I'm not a fan of that song. Birds of a Feather is great. I like that one. And amazing album. You got Lunch, which is really funny, although it's kind of corny. The lyrics are really corny, but I really love the vocals on it. And yeah, it's a lot of fun, although it is kind of corny. Number 16 is Dua Lipa, Radical Optimism, released on May 3rd. Really good album. It's a really good album there. These Walls, which was really good. Training Season is great. Houdini, that was the lead-off single. And my favorite song on the album is Illusion. I really like that one a lot. Number 15, Bon Jovi, Forever. Released on June 7th via Island Records. 16th record from this New Jersey band. One of my favorite bands of all time returned. Best album since 2005 when they put out Have a Nice Day. Legendary is on it. Really good opener. Living Proof. I really like that one. Waves. And Kiss the Bride. All about the failed marriage of John Bon Jovi's son to Millie Bobby Brown. Number 14. Midnight, Hellish Expectations. Really good album 6 record from this band out of Cleveland. Masked and Deadly, Slaves of the Blade, Dungeon Lust, Nuclear Savior is my favorite on the album. And yeah, this album rules. I actually really like it a lot. Number 13, an album I can't show off yet, is Skillet Revolution, released November 1st. I actually didn't Is That Bad on that one with Hector. I gave it a thumb sideways, and I thought it was really good. Number 12 is an album I don't have a physical copy of. Is Trey Lewis, Troublemaker, released on March 1st. I have not been able to find a copy, still on CD. A really good album, probably the best country album of the year. Some of the country that I can tolerate, aside from Shania or anyone else like Wheeler Walker Jr. It's really good. Next, number 11, Halsey, Great Impersonator. Really good genre hopping album. Panic Attack, a really good song. I like that one. It kind of reminds me of Fleetwood Mac a little bit. Letter to God, which reminds me of Bruce Springsteen. Lonely's Muse, which is heavy as hell. And Hometown actually reminds me of Dolly Parton. So yeah. Number 10, Towards Stab Wounds, Manual Mag Procedures. This is a really good record. Second album, this Ohio band, I actually caught them opening for Dying Fetus at the Rickshaw this past May at the Modified Ghost Festival. They were amazing. Hands of Eternity, really good opener. Gross Abuse, which is the shortest track in the record, is really good. And I really like the song Hands of Eternity, although Gross Abuse, the second track, is really good too. Number 9, Powerwolf, Wake Up the Wicked, released on July 26th. Really good power metal record. Got Sinners of the Seven Seas, all about piracy. 1589. About a serial killer who was supposedly a werewolf, Peter Stump. Joan of Arc. Really great history song about the Saint Joan of Arc. Yeah, number 8. Flesh God Apocalypse Opera, released on August 23rd. Really good album. This Italian death metal act, symphonic death metal act. First one with Veronica Bertoncini doing female vocals. I Can Never Die is really good. And also Blood Clock. I really love Blood Clock. That's my favorite. Number 7, the vinyl is Body Count Merciless, released on November 22nd. Really good album. Ice-T and the boys never fail on this one. Number 6 is Dragon Force Warp Speed Warriors, released on March 15th. Really good album from this English band. Power of the Triforce is my favorite. And Doomsday Party is also really good. I don't like Wildest Dreams, that stupid cover. I hate that cover of the Taylor Swift song. It sucks. That cover sucks. Number 5 is Deicide. Banished by Sin. I actually caught them this past September. They were amazing. And yeah, first ever album on Raining Phoenix Music for this new label. Yes, this album cover sucks, but it's really good. Really good record nonetheless. We got Sever the Tongue, I Bury the Cross of Christ, From Unknown Heights You Shall Fall. It's really good. Number 4 is an EP, Ailstorm, Voyage of the Dead Marauder, released on March 22nd. It's the back, and yes, it's a good EP. I actually caught them live. Probably the best show I saw this year in April. And Voyage of the Dead Marauder, the title track's really good. Uzbekistan is really good. The best song is the cover of Last Saskatchewan Pirate, originally by the Arrogant Worms. Amazing cover. Number 3 is Judas Priest, Invincible Shield, released on March 8th. That was an album I was anticipating this year, along with that Body Count album and the Deicide one, as well as that Ailstorm EP. Rob Halford and the boys nailed it once again. Way better than Firepower in the last few records. I think it's their best one they've done since Painkiller, to be honest. Serpent and the King is amazing. The opening track, Panic Attack, is really good. Number 2 is Brat with their debut album, Social Grace. The debut from this New Orleans grindcore band. And it's a really good album. And yeah, I love me some that female fronted stuff too. And it's really good. And now, number 1 album of 2024 is Lucifer with Lucifer 5, released on January 26th via Nuclear Blast Records. Really good album. Love the front cover. That portrait looks like a coffin. Although it kind of reminds me of the Bohemian Rhapsody video with where the 4 heads are in there, except this is just one person in there this time, as opposed to Bohemian Rhapsody. You have the 4 heads singing together in the opera act middle section. Yeah, really good stuff. At the Mortuary, The Bell is really good. Slow Dance in the Crypt, Coffin Has No Silver Lining, and Nothing to Lose But My Life is really good. That is my top 20 albums of 2024. Let me know what your favorite albums of the year are. I'll be back next week with the worst albums of the year, my 10 worst albums of 2024. I'll see you later.